In this slide, you can see 4 smiling faces. Just check the differences between these two. Can you point out which is the fake smile, which is the genuine smile for me? Just take a second. I'll tell you, this is the fake smile and this is the genuine one. And here, this is the fake and this is the real one. How do we know? It's all the magic of body language. So if you can read the body language, you know what are the different nuances in the body language, you can implement them on you, which will enhance your own positive body language, and it will in turn improve your personality also. That is the importance of body language. You can see here a crow's feet and the wrinkles around the eyes. This makes your smile more genuine, more real. So let's see more about body language here. What is body language? It's the unspoken communication with another individual. If you see, almost if you are having a conversation, 7% only constitute towards your verbal communication. The rest, all the major portion is your non-verbal communication. In that non-verbal communication, obviously your voice, the tone of your voice, everything is counted, but in that too, a major chunk is your body language. The unspoken communication with another individual is called as body language in general terms. What all this body language include? It will have your posture, the gestures, your hands, eyes and everything, your facial expressions, the smile, the eye stalk, and the physical grooming, how you present yourself, how you groom yourself, well dressed, hygienic and everything. And what you have to do in this is you have to track. Now this is the plan for you. You have to track and improve your body language. For improving your body language, you should track your body language first. How you sit, how you walk, how you shake hands with others, how you have the eye contact with others, how you smile. Do you smile, in fact, when you see somebody for the first time? Are you pleasant enough? So check and track this, and then you can make the improvements on these nuances. And most important, practice and consistency is much important. Rome was not built in one day. So after attending this online course, you cannot just say that, okay, fine, I have a good positive body language. I'll give good vibrations to others. No, you have to practice. If you are walking like this, stooping, you have to make sure that you practice that you stand straight and walk straight. You always carry a smile because face reflects your mind. So practice and consistency. You practice what is best and you use it consistently till the point where it becomes a habit. Okay, a positive, good habit. Now there are some tips for it, easy tips here. That is, you can be pleasant and energetic. By seeing you, others should perceive that energy. You have to be pleasant and you have to be energetic and be fit. Whatever your physical constitution be, it doesn't matter. You're fat or you're thin or you're tall, you're short, you're anything it may be. But you have to be fit in your physique. By seeing you, another person should get energy. So, and be well dressed. It may not be very costly dress. It may be just a casual dress. But how you wear it, it matters. How you carry it yourself, it matters. You can be clumsy and you can be well dressed also. Be hygienic. Whatever things you use, neat and clean and be hygienic. Respect personal space. When you meet somebody else, just don't barge into their physical space. Now, as per the psychology, it says that you will have a intimate space, a personal space, and a social circle space. So always make sure that only stay in the social circle of a person. Do not barge into the personal circle. If you are a very close friend, obviously you can utilize, but only if the other person allows you to. So respect the personal space. Whenever you stand next to somebody, just leave some space in between. Respect their social personal space. Most importantly, be yourself. By improving your body language, by practicing your positive body language or developing personality, it does not mean that you have to be another person. No. Your true nature should be retained. Be yourself, but you polish it. You chisel it. You sharpen your axe. So one by one we'll see what all things you can do to enhance your body language. The first important thing is your posture. Posture is all about how you stand, how you walk, how you carry your whole body, okay, including all your physical things. So posture, make sure that it's poised, straight, and if you are walking, you should have a fast pace. It says in psychology that if you see a person walking in a very brisk and fast pace, it means that he is determined. He has some goal in his mind. So always make sure that you are not too fast or too slow, but walk in a very fast and confident pace, straight. And obviously this indicates that you are a confident person. Look at this first picture here. You know, if you draw a line here, straight line here, he will absolutely fit into that. So that should be your poised straight pace. Now the another posture is the stooping shoulders. Your head will be down. Now this shows that you are lacking confidence. Look at this posture here. It does not give you a good impression, the first impression. By saying this also should not be done. Like, going very extra straight and just walking. That is also not a good impression. The first final posture should be this. And in body language it says that if you stand with your hands on your hips, it means that you are aggressive and you have a desire to dominate. Okay, at home and all, while resting or while having, your leisure time and all, obviously sometimes you may stand. But in a formal meeting or in a conference or in a classroom, if you stand facing others in this position, it means that you are aggressive. So there is a usage that don't make me keep my hands on my hips, because you are being aggressive there. So we don't need that. So while keeping the hands like this, make sure that you are not offending somebody. The next important feature in your body language is your eyes, how your eyes are behaving. Now look at the triangle between two eyes above nose. So it's called as a business gaze also. If you are talking in an official manner or formally, your eyes, you're talking to another person and your eyes should concentrate in this triangle, upper triangle. Look here, you can look here, see this one, this is the point and the triangle like this. So you can concentrate in this area, okay, if you are having a formal talk. And a little more informal, a little more friendly talk you can have in these triangles, the lower triangle, that is your two eyes and just above the lips. That is the social gaze. So with friends and all you can have that gaze. But don't go to the next zone, that is the intimate zone. So everybody may not like it. So always stick up to this position, that is look at the triangle between two eyes and nose. And if you are, somebody is staring, if you want to read the body language, somebody is staring at the blank while speaking. Just you are standing here and he or she is looking here and talking. It means that they are remembering something. So all these things are unconscious. So by looking at it, you can actually say that, okay, that person is trying to remember something. Then eyeballs towards right. If somebody is talking to you and their eyeballs are to the right, that means that they are remembering something. Okay. Sorry, eyeballs to the right. Your right is you create a visual image. So why do you create a visual image? Is you are making some things up. That is, in case lying or making saying things which are actually not there, your eyeballs may go to the right. And if it's to the left, that it means that you're recalling some memories. Okay, that is, if somebody is asking you what is your birthday, all of a sudden you cannot just say, but you say, okay, this is my birthday. Okay, so your eyeballs will go to the left. Okay. And staring for more than, you can look at somebody in the eyes at least for 4 seconds. That's all right. If you are genuinely interested and all, you can look in the conversation, in the topic you are talking, you can look into their eyes, but not more than 4 seconds. Who stares for more than 4 seconds? One who is lying, or one who is more affectionate than needed, or a psychotic murderer. Okay, so please make sure that you don't stare to some other's eyes for more than 4 seconds. Make it a point. Now, hands. Again, hands are a very strong indicators of body language. The very first thing that comes to your mind thinking of hands is the handshake. How the handshake should be? You have to shake from the elbow, not from the whole hand should not be shaken. Only from the elbow it should be shaken. And the web of your hand, what is the web of your hand? This skin between your fingers. Now the web should touch the other person's hand's web. That is a strong, and it should not be very gripping. It should not be painful or hurting the other, or it should not be too weak also and too wet also. You have to be a little strong and shake. It should be well gripped, and it should be vertical, not like this, not like this. Okay, it should be vertical. And it shows that if you shake your hands, somebody is shaking your hands, or you want to impress somebody, you shake hands like this. It means that you're confident and positive. Now, steepling hands with a raised steeple. Okay, if somebody is sitting like this while talking to you, the hand may be on the table like this. It means that they are superior. Maybe the interviewer will be sitting like this if you're going for an interview, and they know it, almost everything. Steepling hands lowered, this person like this, it means that that person is listening. So if you can understand if somebody is listening or not, you can look at this hands. Now palm grip behind the body like this. Just look at this. The hands, the two palms are together. Okay, you have to concentrate on that. The two palms have to be together. This means that it's a very confident and superior person, and he knows what he is talking about. Okay, the hand should not be on the arms or upper than this, but it should be on the palms of the other hand. Now there is some other kind of handshake. It's called as wet, very wet, and fish handshake, dead fish handshake. Just look here, you can see like very weak. Okay, so it says that the person is weak, the one who gives hands like this, and can be controlled easily. Okay, very submissive character he or she may have. So never shake hands with this. Older generation ladies and all, they used to shake hands like this, but this is not a strong posture for hands. So make sure that you don't do it. And when somebody is shaking your hands, it is not mentioned here. Somebody is not somebody is shaking your hands with one hand, the other hand is on your shoulders. Never believe such a person. Okay, this is an extra tip that I'm giving you. That person is shaking hands and his other hand is on your shoulder. It says that he is not a genuine person. He can make up things. Okay, the genuine feeling is not there. And yes, another thing is people may keep their hands in the pants pocket, especially male people. sometimes, okay, for shorter terms. But for long, if you just put your both the hands in the pocket,